Hi, my name is Yu Hang. So today we'll be preparing your first term exam, which is for chapter 1 and chapter 2. So majority school exam will until chapter 3 or chapter 4 for first term. But today we have 2 hours 2 hours of seminar. Maximum I can cover only chapter 1 and chapter 2. So we will do chapter 1. I'll explain to you what is chapter 1. Okay, so it's about sovereignty. Then chapter 2 is about constitution. So after chapter 1, we'll do some practice. We'll practice on answering technique, how to write essay. Okay, and then I will teach you chapter 2. And then I will show you all the answer. Then you can screenshot, and then you can do the practices on your own. Okay, that is the whole seminar, how the whole seminar will be lah. Okay, so you look at your notes, your notes, which is page number 2. Page number 2. Okay, so kedaulatan will have the definition. You learn about the definition, the concept, and then the characteristics, the different characteristics of sovereignty. Why is it important to have sovereignty, and ways to protect our sovereignty. Okay, then number 2, chapter 2 is about our perlembagaan. So you learn about the background of constitution, and also the history of who make the constitution. Penggubalan means make, who actually make the law, who actually make the constitution. It's called sejarah penggubalan. Sejarah penggubalan. Our characteristics of our constitution, and also the amendments. Pindaan is the amendments. Pindaan is the amendments. Okay, so now we start with page number 2. Page number 2. Very important to know the definition of sovereignty. The definition of sovereignty. Ta'rif means definition. Okay, so sovereignty, this concept, is started since Zaman Yunani, also known as Greece. Okay, Greece. Greece. Because they have individualism, means they let you have your own thinking. So you no need, that's the Western culture. Western culture and Western practice. Individualism. They nurture individualism. So you can have your own sovereign thinking. That's why it started since Greece. That's why Greece is democratic. Okay, every human basically is a unique creature, can have own thinking. So Malaysia benar sovereignty started sejak Melaka. Malaysia, basically our country is negara bangsa bebas berdaulat. Okay, we are free and sovereign nation. Negara bangsa means nation. Kerajaan means kingdom. We are nation. Nation belongs to the national. Nation belongs to the people. That's why it's negara bangsa. The country belongs to the people. Negara bangsa. So what defines kedaulatan? Kedaulatan means a country's highest power. A country's highest power. Our capability. The capability of kewibawaan means capability. The capability of a free nation. It is our rights to decide how we run our country. Okay, it is our highest power, our capability, and our rights. Okay, to decide how we want to run our country. Okay, so basically from different language, then we'll see what is sovereignty. So bahasa Yunani, the word is called super anus. Okay, super anus or superness. Super anus means super asshole. Anus means asshole. Asshole means don't play along. Don't play along means you are unique. You don't play along. So under what circumstances your friend will scold you, you are such an asshole, which is you are very selfish. You don't think about the group. You only think for yourself. That is when they will scold you, you are such an asshole. Asshole means anus. Anus means you have the highest power to decide what you want to do with your life. You have the highest power to decide what you want to do with your life. Okay, that is the very Western thing, Western thinking. We Asian different. We Asian very family oriented, very, very family oriented. How come? It's because every 3 human on earth, 2 are Asian. 2 are Asian. Asia is super duper crowded. Super duper crowded. So if you go alone, I tell you, you will die horribly. You will die horribly. Okay. So we have the what we call the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. The poor will go freedom. You know the homeless have the most freedom. Homeless have the most freedom. So you look at the rich, right? The rich is always they are tied up with their family. Okay. You can go and search. It's always related to family. So basically, you can see this one is superness. Means the country free and independent. So bahasa English means what? Sovereignty. Sovereignty means what? The country have kuasa penuh. Negara dengan kuasa penuh pemerintahan. The country have the highest power to decide how they want to run the country. Then after that, Arab is called Daulah. Daulah means kuasa pemerintahan kerajaan. A country's governing power. The power to govern the country, the power to decide, okay, for the country. So Malaysia, bahasa Melayu, daulat clearly come from daulah. Means we have the highest power to decide how we want to run our country. Kuasa tertinggi pemerintahan negara. So the concept, we have 4 different type of sovereignty. So the first one is traditional. Traditional means the king decide. Regardless whether you are Western or you are Asian, same, start with the king system. Your house, your daddy will have all the say. That's why tak kira kamu Asian or Western, you follow your daddy's surname. You will follow your daddy's surname. Your daddy will decide who you get married with. Your daddy will decide what job you do. Your daddy is a farmer, you become a farmer. Your son become a farmer, you are the descendant of farmer. Okay, that is traditional. Okay, so traditionally is basically kuasa mutlak, absolute power. The king have absolute power since the first civilization is formed. You all know what is civilization? Tamadun is civilization. Okay, civilization. Civilization also known as city. You know, in a city, sure there is a leader, there is a king. So everybody have to listen to whatever the king say. Like for example, the king say no chewing gum means no chewing gum. Example like Singapore. Singapore, they don't allow their people to eat chewing gum. That's why in Singapore, no chewing gum. Okay, very clear. And that is called traditional, kedaulatan traditional. Berkuasa mutlak sejak tamadun awal manusia. So, kedaulatan traditional is with the king, kedaulatan raja. So the king have kuasa dan kewibawaan raja. They are the pemerintah kuasa tertinggi. So kedudukan raja diperkukuh taat setia rakyat. So if you're a rakyat, you have to obey whatever the king say. Whatever the king say. That is called taat setia. Taat setia means no matter what the king do, you will always stay loyal to the king. That is traditional. Opposite of traditional, it's modern. So modern is started, the idea started, okay, when England and French and also America, they decided to go against the king and the colonizer. Instead of king decide, the people decide. So that's why they have hak rakyat and constitution. Hak rakyat is people's rights. Constitution is the people make the law. Not the king make the law, but the people make the law. So you must understand our rights and our freedom come from perlembagaan. So exam you just write hak rakyat dan perlembagaan. Is kedaulatan modern. Kedaulatan modern come from these two, perlembagaan and hak rakyat. No longer hak raja. Traditionally it's hak raja. Now it's talking about hak rakyat, modern. Like for example, you want to shock your friend. Then you ask your friend, hey, you choose your boyfriend, girlfriend, right? My one different one. My daddy say when I'm 18, my daddy will choose a wife for me. My daddy will choose a husband for me. You look at your friend with eyes, shock one, in shock. Wow, zaman apa ni? You must say practice arranged marriage. Then you say, yeah, I trust my daddy wisdom. The wisdom of my daddy. My daddy will choose for me. Then you'll be like, so in the modern society, you are the weird one. You are the weird one. Okay, modern means what? The people decide. You decide, not the daddy decide. Okay, so you must understand since when we have this freedom, these rights. When happened about 400 years ago, where England they decided to go against their king. It happened around 250 years ago. Happened in France. They go against their king. The same also 250 years ago, American go against their colonizer, also known as British. The independence, the War of Independence, the Independence War. Okay. So after World War I, congratulations, the whole Europe, no more kingdom. But only Europe. They destroy all the kingdom because the Kuasa Tengah they bodoh, they go and fight. They go and fight and end up the branches, Britain, America, they menang. So the whole Europe no more kingdom, all become nation. That's why it's called nationalism. Nationalism means they emphasize on national, the people. So how they unite the people to go against the king? They unite using the race and also using the national bangsa and also language. Use the bangsa and language to membentuk negara bangsa. So Malaysia, but then negara bangsa is based on PTM 1957 and Malaysia 1963. Cool. Then World War II. The whole world no more colonies. No more colonies. Freedom for all. Okay. So we have traditional, we have modern. So modern, you must know how to write. Okay. Started when, what we have. Then World War I. Then how they unite the nation. So you must remember rumpun bangsa dan bahasa. Malaysia is based on PTM and Malaysia. Then after that we have kedaulatan undang. Kedaulatan undang means what? Kerajaan dan rakyat have to follow law. Have to follow law. The main reason is because aman, stabil, makmur, harmoni, keadilan in the kehidupan bermasyarakat. So we want to achieve justice. Whoever don't follow law will be punished. So we have badan kehakiman. This one important. Exam will ask you. Malaysia, who will make sure everybody follow law? The judge. So the judiciary system. They are not independent, but they are free. They have freedom and they have capability to make sure that, everybody follow law. Okay. They are not independent. Because mereka dilantik agung. How can you be independent when you are elected by agung? Yeah. So that's why always we question is questionable. Malaysia punya judiciary independence is always questionable. But anyway, not important. Next is kedaulatan antarabangsa. Kedaulatan antarabangsa. International sovereignty. So Malaysia punya sovereignty is recognized by United Nations. PBB is United Nations. United Nations. Exam you can write short form. PBB. Pertubuhan Bangsa-Bangsa Bersatu. So our international sovereignty is recognized by United Nations, cannot be harassed or intrude by other nations. Cannot be intrude by other nation. No? So negara kita dalam PBB, so the world recognize our sovereignty as a free, independent, and sovereign country. So we sign this declaration. No? So we have to follow international law. Okay, we have to follow international law. Prinsip persamaan kedaulatan, undang antarabangsa. Okay, so this one you can. You can write short form. Any short form exists in your textbook, exam can write. Any short form exists in your textbook, exam can write like UMNO, PBB, VNQDD. Okay, cool. So for those that just come in, then you can screenshot. So the important part will be the maksud. Maksud journeys. The maksud kita ada tarif based on bahasa. Based on bahasa. The general explanation. Tamadun awal is civilization, also known as city. You know, we all stay in city ma. We all stay in city ma. Opposite of civilization is basically forest. Forest is uncivilized. Don't try to talk to the babi hutan about law. The babi hutan will eat you and will kill you, then eat you. So when you look at the babi hutan, you kill the babi hutan, or else the babi hutan kill you. Why? Because the babi hutan is uncivilized. Uncivilized. Okay, can So civilization means city, means got kedaulatan traditional. Regardless whether you stay in US or you stay in Malaysia, there is no such thing as 100% modern country. Somehow you still need to follow law, kedaulatan traditional. Yeah, cool. So you can screenshot this one, and then we'll move down. So the first civilization, we already have the king. King already exists. Okay, king have absolute power. And then modern is the one that opposite of traditional. Instead of the king decide, the people decide. The people decide. Okay. And then World War I, World War II, then it become common. Everybody also have this rights and constitution. So Malaysia punya constitution is based on PTM and Malaysia. Okay, PTM and Malaysia. Then we have kedaulatan undang. Everybody need to follow law. Okay. Then international sovereignty. International sovereignty means our sovereignty is recognized by the world, United Nations. Okay. But we need to follow law also lah, international law. We sign this declaration, then prinsip persamaan kedaulatan, undang antarabangsa. Means everybody also need to follow the international law. Okay, so I move down. So we will talk about 1.2. 1.2 is about the ciri-ciri kedaulatan. So a country have sovereignty will have these 4 characteristics. Number 1, we will have our own law, also known as pemerintahan. Also known as our own pemerintahan. Okay, you know what is kedaulatan? Kedaulatan is basically is like be the asshole. Means we no need to follow the world system. We are on our own. Okay, we have our own style of running the country. Every country run differently and run differently. They have different set of law. So Malaysia, we are number 1, we are a federation. Persekutuan, we are a federation. Number 2, we are Raja Berperlembagaan, constitutional monarchy. Means we have the king that have absolute power, and then we have constitution that allow our people to have rights and freedom. So we have both. Okay, but of course we are more towards the king. We are more towards the kingdom more than the nation. That's why we practice Rukun Negara. Rukun Negara is first is Allah, second is the king. Third is only your constitution, also known as your rights and freedom. That's number 3. Your rights and freedom come number 3, not number 2 though. So in front of the king, don't talk about rights and freedom. Okay, daulat tuanku. Okay, taat setia. We will follow whatever the king say. Okay, our rights and freedom come number 3. Who are so we are Raja Berpelembagaan, means we have the king, absolute power. At the same time, we have the constitution that allow us to have rights and freedom. But don't use your rights and freedom against the king. That is wrong. That is wrong. Okay. So number 3 is democracy by parliament. Malaysia democracy is not the democracy. We are democracy by parliament. So parliament consists of 3 portions. Okay, the king will control 2, which is Agong and also Dewan Negara. Is controlled by the king. We Rakyat only control 1, which is Dewan Rakyat. We will choose the Dewan Rakyat representative through election. So the people control 1/3, the king control 2/3. So our ketua utama is Agong. Then who actually run the country? The prime minister. Prime minister is held by a group of ministers called Jemaah Menteri. Jemaah means group. Okay, recently there is a Jemaah Islam, a terrorist group in Malaysia that go and slash the killed 2 policemen and injured another policeman in Johor. That is JI, Jemaah Islamiyah. Means a group of Muslim. Jemaah Menteri means a group of minister. So prime minister is held by a group of minister. So Raja Berpelembagaan basically is pemerintahan beraja mengikut perlembagaan. Mengikut perlembagaan. So we have 3 different level of king. King system. 3 level. 3 level of king. There's 3 institution. Institution means the king is not alone. The king is an institution. Means there's one group. One group of people. It's like an organization. So we have Agong. Agong is for Malaysia. Agong is for Malaysia. The ketua utama Malaysia. Okay, but he is the highest, but he is not the most powerful. The most powerful is Majlis Raja, also known as King Council. King Council is 9 kings together. They have the power to fire Agong. They have the power to fire Agong. So Majlis Raja will be the most powerful. And then we have the Institusi Beraja Negeri, which is the 9 Malay king in 9 Malay state. 9 Malay king in 9 Malay state. Okay, so we have Agong, which is 1 out of 9 Malay king. 1 out of the 9 Malay king. Rotation. Every 5 years, we rotate. Okay, so you must able to write this. Agong, Institusi Beraja Negeri, Majlis Raja. Majlis means council. Council means a group. Group meeting. Council means group meeting. So inside got 9 king. 9 Malay king. Okay. Then we have borders. A country that have sovereignty will have borders. So what is border? What is sempadan? Sempadan is garis pemisah negeri stroke negara. It's one line that differentiate Malaysia from Thailand. So the function of sempadan is memudahkan pemerintahan, pentadbiran, pertahanan, and pembangunan ekonomi. Make it easier to control, to administration, defend, and development. Okay, so our border, we can have land border, water border, and air border. Darat, air, dan udara. Diakui PBB are recognized by United Nations. Memudahkan perdagangan. Memudahkan perdagangan. Cannot, bro. Cannot. Because differentiate Malaysia from Indonesia. So the benefit. The benefit is easy to govern. Example, who have the power to summon the fishermen. So if within Malaysia border, will be Malaysia government. Within Indonesia water, will be Indonesia. We also have international water. International water that I'm not sure how international water works out. I know international water, a lot of people do the criminal thing there. They kill people, they take the organ. I know international water, they will start the casino when you go to the cruise. Malaysia water, no casino. The moment enter international water, they will start casino. Then let people basically gambling. Okay, I don't gamble one. I just pernah pergi ke cruise only. Okay, so basically it's like the border is decide who govern, who do the administration, who defend that place, and who develop that place. And then we have sebaran air, darat, dan udara. Diakui PBB. PBB is United Nations. So a sovereign country will have their own set of law. So the function of the law is keharmonian, keamanan, kesejahteraan, keadilan, melindungi rakyat. Kind of like general answer. Then after that, berpandukan. Malaysia benar undang berpandukan perlembagaan. So you put a star here, very important. Exam will ask you who make the law. You write parliament. Parliament will make the law. What is menggubau? If you cannot write the word menggubau, it is okay to write membuat. Membuat or melulus. Membuat or melulus. Also okay. Then further down, we have this rakyat. Rakyat is penduduk. Penduduk terikat undang pemerintah. So we are expected to follow whatever law the government issue. Then after that, multiracial and multi-religion will be united with satu bahasa, budaya, rukun negara, and identity nasional. Important, important exam. Yeah. Okay, so what is the benefit? What is the benefit if we have sovereignty? Okay, we know that we have the highest power to decide. So number one, you'll be very effective. Effective governance. Meaning don't compare Malaysia with Singapore, don't compare Malaysia with US, don't compare Malaysia with other country. Malaysia is Malaysia. So if you are in our country, we have to follow our law. Okay, no one can save you. No one can help you, no one can save you. Okay, because it is our freedom to govern without campur tangan law. Okay, without campur tangan law. Okay, okay, got student asking about answering technique. Later I'll explain. Your rakyat, you mean which one? You mean rakyat 3 points? You mean this one? This one is only get 1 point only. You write out any one will be 1 point. Because this one is all equivalent. Unless they ask you the other three. The other three is which three? You mean penduduk negara. Okay. You write penduduk negara. No. This one is exam. They will ask you how to unite multiracial. The people are multiracial. So this one is to define rakyat. So you can say rakyat iaitu penduduk terikat undang pemerintah. Dan pelbagai kaum, agama, dan adat disatukan melalui satu bahasa, budaya, rukun, dan identiti nasional. You write like that, 4 marks. 4 marks. But usually they won't give you 4 marks. Rakyat will be 1 mark, satu huraian will be 1 mark. But the huraian you write, there is 4 keyword, you'll get maximum mark. About the marking scheme, later I'll show you. Later I'll show you. But you can give since really like remember already ma. You already like you answer all only. You give extra point only. No need to worry. Just give extra point. Okay. So the importance of sovereignty. Number one, effective governance. So tak ada campur tangan luar lah. Everybody also follow the same set of law lah. So kebebasan pentadbiran tanpa campur tangan luar. So melalui jemaah menteri. So kerjasama persekutuan dan negeri melalui pengagihan kuasa. Pengagihan kuasa means power distribution. Power distribution. So we distribute the power to the state. So we have the state responsibility and the federal responsibility. So you know what to do, I know what to do. So everything is very clear cut. So pentadbiran di pekukuh undang pelembagaan persekutuan. So number two, so when you be an asshole, you will take responsibility of your own performance, and it will be very effective. That's why people say, you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. So effective governance, fast and furious. Fast and furious. So effective governance. Then number two, you can make money. You can make money because kemakmuran economy, once we have our sovereignty, we can execute the dasar kemakmuran economy. Dasar kemakmuran economy, we're going to develop our economy to improve the livelihood for our people. So through the national economy development policy, okay, so we will develop our pertanian, our agriculture, our industrial, and our trading. So we can build our economy for who? For ourselves. Compare with a country without sovereign. Like without sovereignty, basically the colonizer will take everything, will benefit from our economy instead of we benefit from the economy. That is the difference. That's number two. Kemakmuran economy. Then number three is called kesejahteraan sosial. So the society will live peacefully, happily, peaceful, because we can have melaksanakan dasar sosial, kesejahteraan rakyat. And then we will build generasi berilmu berkemahiran melalui pendidikan. Because in zaman British, we don't have national education. We don't have national education policy. We don't have. So the Chinese have their own school. Then English school is started by the brother and sister. And then you know the Tamil school is started by the Tauke Tamil, required by the British government. Then the Sekolah Agama is started by Sultan. The Sultan started Sekolah Agama. And the Malay school started by British. To basically make the Malay people become a better farmer and better fisherman. So we don't have a national education system. So now with sovereignty, we can decide how we educate our kids. So we want to educate our kids to become a generasi berilmu and berkemahiran, and then menyumbang kepada pembangunan negara. And then we will emphasize on BM, national culture, sports, and also national principle, rukun negara. So memupuk perasaan mohibah. Mohibah means trust. Trust, or you believe each other with good intention. Okay, so the trust between the races. Okay, so that is called kesejahteraan sosial. Once we have sovereignty, we can have this social policy. And then number four, we can decide who we want to friend with. Once we get back the control of the country, we can decide who we want to friend with. So we have the rights to menjalin hubungan dengan negara lain. Either is diplomatic, hi-bye friend, or the real friend. Or we also can sign perjanjian kerjasama pelbagai bidang. Okay, collaboration. So all this socializing is to increase the image, improve the national image. Meningkatkan image negara. At the same time, the international society, they recognize our capability. Our capability as good as other country. Yeah. So this is the kepentingan kedaulatan. Okay. Kepentingan kedaulatan. Okay. So this one you can screenshot if you haven't highlight. If anything you tak faham, you can type it out. Because everybody understanding is different. This is the characteristics of a sovereign country. This is the importance of a sovereign country. Importance of sovereignty towards a country. Effective governance, we can benefit from the economy. We can build a better society because we care. Because last time during British, education don't make money. And education, you know, it's education. Education is you invest today, you will see the results in 10 to 20 years. Come on. They don't want, they want to see the results immediate. They want you to go tap rubber, want you to get the tea mining. They want to see the results now, not later. But their country, they have education system. They educate their kids, you know, yeah. They invest for future, but we all here, no. Because we are all the colony. So once we get back our sovereignty, we can start to educate our kids. Okay, so that they become knowledgeable, they get some skill set, and then they will contribute to the building of the nation building. At the same time, we can have national language, national culture, sports, and national principle to create the trust between the races. And the most importantly is the unity of the people. Okay, so I push up, and we can choose our friend, and we can choose to sign contract with whoever we want to friend with. Next is Lanka. It is important to protect our sovereignty. Okay, you can use this part, this portion to apply in your life. Okay, so that you don't lose control. You don't lose control of your life or your family life. So number one, our country. Because sovereignty, once you lose it, GG already. Then we are back to colonial. When we become colony, life is no good. Life is no good. Okay, number one, how to maintain and protect our sovereignty. Number one, our politics must always be stable. And number two, money. Money is very, very important. You lose money, you lose sovereignty. Because once your money is controlled by your finances, your national finances is controlled by foreign country, is GG already. Okay, so number one is the government. The government responsibility will come out Petapera and check up law. Okay, which is quite good lah. Malaysia benar Petapera is quite good. Consider faster than Europe, faster than US. Petapera and check up. The speed of getting driving license renew, passport renew, government services in Malaysia consider fast. Number two, the government will make sure to cut down to fight corruption, bribery, mengelakkan rasuah, and make sure the distribution of wealth are fair for all races. That is the responsibility of government. Not rich get richer, poor get poorer. Rest assured, Malaysia situation will be quite good because we are not like truly democratic. You just imagine we are truly democratic. Our country will be controlled by the rich. Our country will be controlled by the rich. Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump recently only have a closed door meeting with all the, you know, the fundraising. You know, as fundraising, right? Fundraising means Donald Trump raised fund for election. So you think who will have the money to give, the rich or the poor? So it's the rich. So if Donald Trump wants to take money from the rich, then Donald Trump has to listen to the rich. That's why the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. in US. That's why they call themselves the capitalists. So jangan bodoh though. Don't think that how to say it's not good. You don't think that the country controlled by the rich is good. No. You see very messy one. Lots of homeless. Lots of homeless. And they don't get guidance. Freedom. Freedom until you become homeless. Which is the Malaysia here. Our government will make sure the distribution of wealth fair for all races. And then execute the law, melaksanakan undang berkesan. So you can see Malaysia punya value chain, value. Number 1 is here, number 4 is here. So that's why Malaysia speeding, mat rempit, it's like hard. These two is the main one. The main one we are trying to achieve. And then as rakyat, we must be loyal to our country. We will support whatever the government policy. And then kerja sama semua kaum so that can distribute wealth fairly for all and follow law. Okay, that is number 1. How you protect your national sovereignty. Stable politics, no civil war. Because a lot of countries lost their sovereignty due to civil war. You know what is civil war? The country break into two gang, the stronger gang and the weaker gang. So always is the weaker gang will ask foreign support. So the foreigner will come in, help the weak, destroy the strong, and then the foreigner would destroy the weak. Then we lost our sovereignty. That is how we lost sovereignty. Then number 2 is we lost control of our money, kemakmuran economy. Okay, so no money, basically no sovereignty. So money is very important. Managing money, managing finances. Then perpaduan kaum. This one is very, very important. Perpaduan kaum. So the fight between races also will cause we all lose the sovereignty. Very similar to civil war. Very similar. So perpaduan kaum. So government will come out the dasar perpaduan and make sure that it is effective. Like national language, education system, national culture. Merangkakan program perpaduan and must have enough funding. Must make sure have enough funding. Then for rakyat base, we use more BM. We follow Rukun Negara law. We respect other religion and other culture. We understand and we respect. And then we sharing, we tolerate, we respect. That is how we have Adeline. You know Adeline? The Chinese girl that take Grab, don't pay, go to saloon, don't pay, go restaurant, eat, don't pay. So why she still can survive and exist in Malaysia? Because it's Malaysia. Malaysia, we leave no one behind. Somehow still got people will forgive her and sharing, toleration, mutual respect. I'm not saying that what Adeline do is right. I'm just saying that Malaysia is a very forgiving society. Very forgiving society. And then we'll get involved in the society program kemasyarakatan. Because government come out the program. So we must participate. Then patriotism, very important. Patriotism, this is the definition. Cinta terhadap negara. Then we must, mempertahankan sejarah, bahasa, undang warisan dan budaya. Okay, we must protect our country, our uniqueness. That is our nadi, means it is our core. Our core reason, it is the core reason why we are stable, free, and kemajuan negara. So pemimpin dan rakyat taat setia. Are we willing to sacrifice to protect our country? Are we willing to sacrifice to protect our country? So how to do it? How to make patriotism? How to make people patriotism? Number 1, wait, let me close my door first. Patriotism, we have Pemerintah. We'll make sure every year we celebrate the National Day, the Hero Day. And then in school, we make sejarah become compulsory. Because Malaysia, we have 9 Malay king. So we are a country that emphasize on adat. If one day, if you see Malay Muslim say that, want to shut down the Chinese school, you just ask Malay Muslim this question: is adat important? If adat important, okay, you have your adat, I have my adat. So Malaysia is a country that emphasizes on adat. Get the idea? Very important. You must understand how to basically, adat is very important for our country. Adat means sejarah. Adat means sejarah. That's why sejarah, we are the only country in the world that make it compulsory for students to pass sejarah, only can get SPM cert. We are the only country. Why? Because Malaysia got 9 Malay king. Okay, and the king definitely will emphasize the custom. Okay, we are a country that emphasizes on BM, sejarah, and moral. Like yesterday, Anwar Ibrahim got talk about AI. If Malaysia want to develop AI, we must make sure we develop the AI based on the Islam values, not the Western value, but the Islam value. You know what Islam value? Moral. Okay, moral, also known as spirituality. Not only, money. So it is very important. So sejarah sebagai mata pelajaran teras di sekolah, so that we will produce generation that is sensitive. Peka means sensitive. Sensitive to national history. And then we have campaign. Every year, Hari Kebangsaan National Day, Petronas will have the campaign. We'll have a special video. So to make people become patriotic. And then the government will recognize, okay, any rakyat that is berjasa kepada negara. So we'll name them, use their name to name the street or to name the building, so that people will forever remember them. Okay, then as rakyat, we respect the national logo, such as our logo, our flag, our logo. Okay, our national anthem, national song. And then we must appreciate adat dan warisan. We must appreciate our adat dan warisan. Very important. Once we lost it, it's very hard to find back. Very, very hard to find back. Like Germany, that. Remember Germany? We learned, they what? How they build a country? How they build a country? They build country through persamaan rumpun bangsa dan bahasa. So when Germany built their country, they forced everybody to speak German. So a lot of those minority dialect lost. Lost. So 200 years later, they are basically, the Germans, every year they spend 30 million euro trying to find back their root. So Malaysia, we have power root. We must appreciate our adat dan warisan. Okay, very important. So Malaysia is the only country outside China to have a complete Chinese education system. Because Chinese is the first civilization in the world that invented exam. So it is Chinese culture, it is Chinese custom to emphasize on education. That's why we are in Malaysia. We allow Adeline to be Adeline. We allow Chinese to be Chinese. We allow Kadasan to be Kadasan. Okay, so we are a country that appreciate menyanjung. They use the word menyanjung. Not only we menghargai, not only we treasure, we menyanjung. Menyanjung means we are very proud. Okay, proud that, our country emphasize on adat. Then we try to increase our national image. Our national image through kejayaan pendidikan, sukan, dan economy. Will make our country shine. Yeah. So we menghargai tokoh merdeka loh. We can get sovereignty also because of the national hero, like Tunku Abdul Rahman, Dato' Ong Jafar, you know, yeah. The next one is national defense. This one is basically very important. So government will come out the national security policy and sign the what we call the defense treaty with other country. At the same time, got military drill. Like currently, we send our tentera laut to Hawaii. They are preparing for the upcoming military drill that happened, I think, for the next 2 months. That next 2 months. So, of course, the country also got Malay Muslim that asked, you know, Malaysia to withdraw from the military drill because of the Jewish people, the Israel. The Israel got joined the military drill. So why the military drill? Why we must have latihan ketenteraan is because of point number 4, to make sure that our military is always ready. Because this type of disaster event, it will be a sudden event. Then we lost our sovereignty. So we must make sure that our national police and also our military bersiap siaga to defend our country. Memodernkan aset ketenteraan means modernize our weapon. Yeah. Then this one is talking about the people. People must be sensitive to issue keselamatan negara. Must be sensitive to anything which is due to national security. And your youngsters, this one very, very important, which is don't collaborate with foreign country. Like what happened in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, their youngster, they get money from the from so-called International Democratic Fund. Something like that. They get the funding and then they started the democratic movement in Hong Kong. And then destabilized Hong Kong. So now Hong Kong lost their competitive edge against Singapore. So Singapore overtake Hong Kong already in various category. So who will pity Hong Kong? No one will pity Hong Kong. But usually it's the youngster will get influence. The reason is because youngsters, they want to change. You see, instead of understand the reason why things happen, they just want to change. You get the idea? And then they are youngsters, they don't have money. So they can be easily moved by money. Yeah, you know, the influencer, YouTuber, you know, so you can use money to basically push some idea. So you all must insist jangan collaborate with pihak luar mengancam keselamatan dan kedaulatan negara. Okay, if you don't understand why like this, why like that, I'll explain to you why it is like that. Okay, so next is you can join the police force and also the national military. Be prepared to sacrifice to protect national sovereignty. Okay, cool. So this is the what we call the langkah mempertahan. You can screenshot. So we have the concept, we have the ciri-ciri, then we have the importance, and now the steps to protect. Okay, so you can screenshot if you haven't highlight or haven't write down anything. Okay, so I will go to the latihan now. Okay, so as for the latihan, the latihan is actually at page number 7. Okay, so now I share with you some scoring technique. Okay, so now you can go down to this part called page number 7. So exam, if they ask you jelaskan latar belakang kedaulatan negara, 2 marks. You straight away can say kedaulatan negara bermula zaman Melaka, kemerdekaan tanah Melayu 1957, dan pembentukan Malaysia 1963 sebagai negara bangsa bebas berdaulat. Okay, you write like this, got 4 points. 4 points, maximum you'll get 2. That is how your teacher will mark. Tick, 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 then 2. Maximum really. Okay. Correct answer, you will get your marks. Wrong answer, no deduct of marks. Like for example, you write 2 correct answer, 2 wrong answer, you will still get 2 marks. Example, 2 marks, you write 2 point. 2 correct, 2 wrong, you get 2 marks. You write 4 points. 4 also correct, you also get 2 points. Okay. Okay, can so you can write like this, can already. So your exam, your marking scheme will be like this. Show you. So this is the actual SPM marking scheme. Actual one. Okay. So they will basically mark according to keyword. They don't care whether you in comma form or in one sentence or 5 point in one sentence. They don't care. They mark according to when they see all these words, they will give you marks. Okay, they will give you marks. It's a very, very simple and straightforward. Some school teacher, they will require you to write Penanda Wacana. They will require you to write, okay? But not all school required. Then you know it is not SPM. It is not SPM requirement. It is your school teacher requirement. Okay. So if your school teacher requirement, you just follow. Rest assured that your school teacher not majority lah. Not majority lah. Okay. Not all. Like for example, if it is a standard, I ask my student, any student here got paper 3? In school, you got paper 1, objective, paper 2, structure and essay. Anybody here, your school got do paper 3, case study? Then you'll be like that. So everybody answer will be universal? No. That will be SPM format. It is not like Penanda Wacana. Some students will say that's the format. Majority of students say no, my teacher didn't say. That is not format. Okay. So exam can just write like this. Like for example, terangkan tarif kedaulatan berdasarkan bahasa berikut. You straight away can write daulah. The Arabic word for daulat is daulah. Daulah, comma, kuasa pemerintahan kerajaan. Bahasa Melayu is called daulat. Daulat. Daulat, comma, kuasa tertinggi pemerintahan negara. Okay. So I encourage you to write the what we call the comma form instead of the point form, because majority of the school teacher they don't agree with point form. Okay, they don't agree with point form. So respect lah. Okay, but of course, TEC got student which is those really top student they like the challenge type they got go and write point form and get A+. I got student do that. I say don't, that fellow go, and then score A+. That's how I know point form okay ma. I don't recommend you all do that because that is called extreme already. Then you use the comma form, okay. Like for example, rumusan konsep kedaulatan. Then you can say daulat, comma, kuasa tertinggi pemerintahan negara, comma, merujuk kerajaan bebas daripada campur tangan kuasa asing. Pemerintah mempunyai hak melaksana pentadbiran negara. Okay. Last time I didn't know, and I didn't know that this is the correct method. And I also, like your school teacher, encourage students to write long. So what I didn't know is, I misunderstand this. I'm not sure how many of you here same like me lah. Teacher say one, because teacher keep on saying that mesti hurai. Teacher distribute the exam paper that time or ask student come out and say, you write fakta, mesti hurai, mesti hurai. So I thought the huraian, is you hurai with your own words. So end up I teach student one fakta, you hurai 7 hingga 8 huraian. So this is the first time, no. First time I teach sejarah at that time. So there's one student called Kai Xing. Yong Kai Xing, Yong Kai Xing, she follow my way. She go into exam, write 10 fakta, and then 70, 80 huraian. No? So you know what happened? You know what happened? She cannot finish her paper. One full essay, 20 marks, go down to longkang. And she already memorized all the points, all the points. She already memorized. But because of what I teach her, one fakta, you must do huraian. Okay. And then what happened will be, the whole essay cannot finish. And Kai Xing, like teacher collecting paper, teacher already asked everybody to put down the pen, and she's collecting paper. But she tak boleh. She cannot. She take the pen and she's straight to the point. Use the comma. And then she submit her paper. So after sejarah exam, she still come to sejarah tuition. Because TDC last time have a culture, and if finish sejarah exam, sejarah school exam, usually student will absent because they want to prepare, they want to prepare for the subsequent subject. But she attend my tuition, and then because she want to tell me that, she's very upset, and she because I always tell her that if you write like that, you won't get marks. Because my teacher also say, if you write point form, you sure die one. You get 0 mark. Then after that, I tell Kai Xing, is like, you update me, you update me. How is your basically your final score. And 2 weeks later, she update me, and she's so excited, and say, oh, I score full marks, man. That question 10 marks, and I score 10 there. Full marks. I say, let me see your exam paper. Wow, she let me see. That is how I know this technique works. They don't care whether your fakta huraian, they based on keywords. They based on keywords. She didn't write in essay form. They just comma all the way, just like this. Comma, combine 5, 6 points, comma, and give. Then after that, she got full marks. Kai Xing. Then I tell her that I swear to God, I won't. Then this is Kai Xing. Kai Xing. This is the student. Currently, I think she's a doctor or dentist. So I tell her that I'll glorify her name. Yeah, that girl, I think, graduated about 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So for example, you can see, this one just right. Of course, I remember. Ta'akan is like, I asked you all to menghargai jasa, menghargai adat. So I also menghargai. I really, really appreciate that. Hey, Kai Xing, seriously, she scored the 10 marks. She still lose 10 marks because of me, Wait, one essay is 20 marks, She only recoup 10 marks only. Then that's why I say I will not continue my original teaching style. Original teaching style. Yeah. So what happened will be all my students answer like this. Majority of the school teacher can accept. Majority of the school teacher can accept. And then 2018, my daddy passed away. And then what happened will be suddenly Catholic high school, I don't know what happened. Those teachers, one whole group bully me. They go and mark paper. I don't know they have meeting or what. Then after that, they mark paper, full sentence. And then they mark my student, supposedly A+. They mark until fail. They mark until fail. So all these they don't give marks, not a single mark. They fail my student until I kena surround by two pengawas and another two student, all top student. Because I tell them the first term exam for Form 4, you can score 100 marks. So they're expecting score 100 marks. Then after that, mana tau fail. And the school teacher don't accept this type of answering technique, don't accept. And then what happened will be, then they say, don't follow Yu Hang. Yu Hang is just a tuition teacher. You follow me. We attended the latest sejarah meeting, blah, 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 blah. And then that year, my daddy passed away January. So I also don't know, I very upset. I didn't say anything. I just say, Then after that, we continue the syllabus. And then the following week, I showed them a paper, which I signed up SPMU. SPMU. I sign up SPM. I just say, I talk useless one. I go take exam. If my technique okay, I will score A+. If my technique not okay, I will fail. Let results speak the loudest. And then what happened will be September, the results came out. I get A+. I get A+. So basically it's like, then 2019, everybody, wow, then they follow. They follow my what? My marking scheme. Then Catholic High School achieved first time, first time in their history, first time in their school history, 100% student pass. 2019, you go check history. And then 2020, a lot of teacher left. Sejarah department, a lot of teacher, they basically they got promoted. They shift to other school. So basically it's like, my marking scheme okay one, steady. So the wrong won't cancel the right, correct. No, I very sad. That time my daddy passed away. You don't expect me to talk. I don't talk. I don't know why. I don't know why. I already so tired. I'm very tired because that is not the first time the school teacher attacked me like that. Not the first time. So somehow I don't have patience. I lost my patience. I didn't say a word. I remember that time I didn't say a word. I very pain. I didn't say a word. I just know the next day, morning, because that time is March, March, because last time first term exam happened March, early March, then mid-March, the middle March, what we call the results come out. Then I kena tiao. All my students, top student, look at me. And then you can sign up SPMU before 31st March. 31st March. Then I went to the Shah Alam district office. I signed up. Then there's a slip one. Once you sign up, you get a slip. I show them the slip. I say, talk no use one. Because they already attack me, say that I'm just a tuition teacher. I'm not qualified to say anything. So I'm not qualified to say anything, fine. I tell you very simple, because a lot of top students, they follow me. If my method got wrong, they will come back and school me. Like what happened in 2017, I know already. I know, now I think back, I know the reason why I'm so upset. 2017, my tips gone wrong. I say Sanskrit won't come out. I say Huang Ho won't come out. Question 1 is Huang Ho. Then question 2 is Sanskrit. And then majority student panic. Question 3, question 4, and the rest of the 7 essay question all within the scope. But it's just the first 2 questions. And it is compulsory. I say won't come out, then it come out. Then after that, that is the first year. Now I know why I lost patience. Besides my dad passed away in 2018. 2017 also got accident. Because I go and say Huang Ho and Sanskrit won't come out. Then end up it came out. That is the first TDC party in my life that I never take a single photo. I sit at the Jajantas. I sit at the Jajantas. I feel very sorry to that batch of students. I feel so bad. But luckily got Yu Tian. Yu Tian guide me. And Yu Tian tell me no worry. They will still score. Don't worry. You don't blame yourself so much. Then end up the year the SPM results come out okay. Very good. Boom, boom, pow. So that's why I think, that's why I feel very sad. Then I go and take exam. And after that, done. Okay. So now chapter 2, we go chapter 2. So this one you can write modern and undang. If you scared, you write kedaulatan modern, kedaulatan undang. For me, I write modern and undang. So this one is kedaulatan traditional. You can straight away say pemerintahan kuasa mutlak sejak tamadun awal manusia. Pemerintahan menguasai penuh segala urusan negara. Kedaulatan Raja Melayu sebagai ketua pemerintah, kuasa tertinggi, kedudukan di pekuku taat setia rakyat. Yeah. Can So my prediction come out last year, of course lah. But last year I did something stupid lah. I make all TDC students do the state paper. Because I never trust school state paper, and state paper never accurate. Never accurate. I don't know what happened last year lah. I bodo. I go and make my student, all TDC student across 17 branches, all do state paper. Very fun lah. Very fun. Very fun. And we are doing stupid things which is never come out on. Never come out on. That is for intensive class. Intensive class latihan. Really regret. Really regret. This year I won't touch state paper lah. I won't touch state paper. Bodo me. Same lah. Never change lah. Same. They won't come out on. Won't come out from state paper. You don't even think for a second. So you just follow whatever I tell you to study, you study, and then you'll come out in SPM. You'll come out in SPM. So I know you all don't like Form 4 Chapter 2. Form 4 Chapter 2, I'll help you eradicate a lot. The 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 don't need to study. So you just study 2.1. Then after that, study 2.1 and also 2.5 until 2.8. Okay, so now you look at pelembagaan. Pelembagaan. Okay, so what is pelembagaan? So pelembagaan is basically very important. You put a star. Definition. Then got students say if 3 wrong but 2 correct, still get 2 marks. Correct? Correct. The wrong won't cancel the right. Only in sejarah. Only in sejarah. Don't use sejarah technique to do other subject. You are creating history. I scared later you get 0. Only in sejarah they are very nice. Very lenient. Their marking scheme very lenient. So we are latar belakang sejarah pelembagaan. So what is pelembagaan? You say undang tertinggi. Undang tertinggi, panduan pemerintahan negara. It serves as a guidance. It guides us how to run a country. So what is pelembagaan? It is a document undang bertulis teras pemerintahan negara. So it is a written law document. The core value of a country, how to run the country, the core value. That is called pelembagaan. So asas pembentukan. This one is also very important. You put a star. Exam will ask you one. Malaysia punya pelembagaan is based on what? Then you must say tradisi Kesultanan Melayu and undang English disesuaikan nilai tempatan. Meaning we don't take full English law. We will only take the English law which is disesuaikan nilai tempatan. When I say nilai tempatan is Malay Muslim. Malay Muslim. Suitable for Malay Muslim punya undang English, we take. Okay. So we are a country that very emphasize on Melayu Islam. That's why Malaysia we have Melayu, sejarah, and moral. We emphasize on these 3 subjects. So the next compulsory pass will be moral. Don't be surprised. Future, if your children need to pass Islam or moral, don't be surprised. Because we are a country that emphasizes on these three things. So nilai tradisi Kesultanan Melayu, very simple. A raja sebagai pemerintah loh. Rakyat follow whatever the king say. Undang ditentukan raja loh. The king will decide the law. And in Melaka, we have 2 sets of law. Hukum Kandun Melaka and Undang Laut Melaka. So the Melaka law influence other Malay state. Other Malay state penal law. like Pahang, Kedah, Johor, and Perak. Put a star law. This one important. They will ask you, Malacca law influence which state punya law? If they come out structure, you know how to score. Lo. You know how to score. You can what? You can write all the state. Lo. Because you know the secret area. So usually TDC got a lot of students score 90 plus, 100 also got lah. But when you tell me that I know your secret lah, I will know your secret. You write additional point in order to get the, get 100% right. The secret is you write more points. You don't limit yourself. Then this one is Undang English is called Charter of Justice. Okay, so the British law, the English law, the Western law, because it is created by the people, that's why it's protect the people. So melindungi penduduk daripada penindasan dan ketidakadilan. They purposely add the word asal to destroy the meaning, so that you all don't understand what the British law, how the British law differentiate from the Malay law. The Malay law is created by the king. Of course, it's to protect the king. Then the Western law is created by the people. It is only catered to protect the people from penindasan and ketidakadilan. But you don't need to worry because Malaysia got... Okay, you see, when we have a single king, only the king will abuse the people. Because absolute power, the absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. About our country, yes, the king have absolute power. But problem is we have 9 king, 9 king that no one possess the absolute power. Because one king corrupted, the other 8 king will take action. The other 8 king will take action. So you no need to worry. Don't remove the king because, the king is not good. No. King is not good. Kings is good. Kings. We have kings. K-I-N-G-S. We have multiple king. So if one king corrupted, the other 8 will take action. You tak payah takut. Okay? So here they actually say Undang English is to protect the people from bully and injustice. Because the traditional law, right, the king have absolute power. So if you are a royal family or you are the king's friend, basically, you can do whatever you like. Then after the people get bullied. But the British law is not. British law is created by the people, is to protect the people. So that's why we have court system in Penang. Charter of Justice 1, we have court system in Penang. Because 1807, British only control Penang. British didn't control Malacca, didn't protect control Singapore. Malacca is under the Dutch. Singapore is under Temenggong Johor. Then 1826, British control Singapore, Penang, and Malacca. So Charter of Justice 3 got 3 court. Got 3 mahkamah, 3 mahkamah. And then later they refined Charter of Justice 3. So they combine the Singapore and Malacca port. Combine with Singapore. Malacca court combined with Singapore because Malacca is nearer to Singapore. Penang court continue. So we have 2 court. 1 court in Singapore, 1 court in Penang. Why we shut down Malacca? Because Malacca economy no good. Because Malacca no longer a trading port because of the stupid Dutch. When the Dutch take over Malacca from Portuguese, the Dutch forced the trader to go to Betawi to trade. Forced the trader to go to Jakarta, also known as Betawi, to trade. So Malacca become Pusat Bijih Timah. So in the Dutch years, it's under Pusat Bijih Timah. And then we learned that Perak people smuggle the Bijih Timah to sell to the British in Penang. So from British perspective, Pusat Bijih Timah Belanda is in Malacca. Pusat Bijih Timah British is in Penang. So when Penang take over Malacca, when British take over Malacca, British force all the miner to send the biji tema to Penang instead of Malacca. So Malacca lost the entry port title during the Dutch Zaman. Then during the British Zaman, lost the Pusat Biji Tema title. So Malacca is good for nothing. Malacca is good for nothing. So their main income no more. So that's why Malacca court shut down. They cannot afford to put a court there anymore. They cannot afford to put a court there. Okay, so they combine with Singapore. Okay, so this one is talking about the sejarah pengubalan. Pengubalan means who make the law. So the first council that replaced the king to make law happened in Perak. So you put a star here. Why Perak? Why not Selangor? Why not Pahang? Because Perak Sultan go and fight a war with British called Perang Pasir Salat. Sultan Perak go and fight a war with British called Perang Pasir Salat. Why Sultan Perak go and fight? Is because Sultan Perak killed Birch. Sultan Perak sent assassin and killed Birch. Why Sultan Perak sent assassin to kill Birch? Is because Sultan Perak failed to cancel Perjanjian Bangkok. Why Sultan want to cancel Perjanjian Bangkok? Because of the cukai, all the money the resident take. And then the resident ban all the slave. Ban slavery. Don't allow Malay people to have slave. That's why Sultan is like, you know, Sultan is like, cannot, you mencabuli adat Melayu. You mencabuli adat Melayu. That's why I have to say, Sultan Perak went to Penang, engaged what we call a lawyer. Engage a lawyer to fight with, to try to cancel Perjanjian Bangkok, fail, because contract is Sultan, British enter, both party enter a contract. So if you want to get out from the contract and to cancel, both also must agree, only you can cancel. So Sultan want to cancel, but British don't want. So cannot. So this contract must continue. That's why Sultan Perak, Sultan Abdullah have no choice but to send assassin to kill Birch. So after kill Birch, the British come. Sultan Perak didn't surrender. So Sultan Perak fight. That's why the Sultan dibuang negeri ke Africa, Seychelles Island. So once you send the king off, no more king in Perak. So replaced by the council. So they have the Majlis. Majlis Perundangan pertama di Malaysia is Majlis Perak. Majlis Negeri Perak. So that's why the pengurusi Raja Muda not Sultan because there's no more Sultan in Perak. So the pengurusi Raja Muda. Raja Muda means crown prince. Crown prince. Why the president is not, the chairman is not Sultan? Because Sultan already dekat Africa. So titik tolak pembentukan undang oleh Majlis Negeri. Bukan Raja anymore. Because it is Malay tradition that the king make law So last time is British control the king and the king make law for British. So now because the king fight British so British send the king to Africa then replace Sultan Perak with Majlis Negeri, the state legislative council. Then to make law for Perak so Majlis Negeri, Negeri Melayu lain, memainkan peranan sama So from this incident, the Malay king understand 9 Malay king, 1 Malay king bodoh, 9 Malay king go longkang. So they are very strict. That's why I say you don't need to worry. When the king corrupted, the other 8 Malay king will take action because they learn a lesson. They learn a lesson. They learn a lesson. No need worry. Malay king learn lesson. They learn lesson. That's why they never start war with British because Sultan Melaka start the war with Portuguese lost his country Since then, no more war with Westerner, except Abdullah. Why Abdullah go and start war? Because that fella never studied in his life, and he never studied in his life. If you know him, if you know what Abdullah, if you go and find out what Abdullah do, Abdullah don't follow adat. You think he will go to school? He will study. He never studied. He never learned from sejarah. So that's why he bodoh go and start a war with British. Then ultimately, cause trouble to Perak. Not only Perak kena, no, all the other Malay state also kena. All the Malay king replaced by Majlis Undangan. Then NNS. When I say NNS, how many alphabet? 3 alphabet. So how many country inside? 3 country. So what is the 3 country? SPM. Singapore, Penang, Malacca. NNS, 3 alphabet, 3 country. Then after that, NNMB, Negeri Melayu Bersekutu. How many alphabet? 4 alphabet. How many country inside? 4 country. 4 country. PSP N9. PSP N9. Perak, Selangor, Pahang, and Negeri Sembilan. So they are Bersekutu. Because British take over these 4 countries, directly manage them because they got biji tema. Because they got biji tema. They are rich. They are very rich state. British want to control. Okay. And then this is NNMTB. Got 5 alphabet. Inside got how many state? 5 state. How to remember the 5 state name? PKKT plus J. Penolong Ketua Tingkatan plus Johor. PKKT plus J. Perlis Kedah Kelantan Terengganu plus Johor. They are tidak bersekutu. Why? Because they are poor state. Why are they poor? No mining. No mines. No mining. Mining, very high income. Disadvantage is one-off. Once the biji tema no more, means no more. Once the biji tema no more, no more. It's non-replenishable. But high income, like petroleum, biji tema, mineral. NNMTB basically by Majlis Negeri. NNMB because they are combined 4 in 1. 4 in 1. So they are called Majlis Perundangan Persekutuan, also known as MPP. So MPP make law, 4 state follow. MPP make law, 4 state follow. 1 law for 4 state. That's called Majlis Perundangan Persekutuan. They purposely take away this word because 9 Malay king, they don't like the word. Then NNS no king. The full name is called Majlis Undangan Negeri. So here they take away the Majlis Perundangan Persekutuan. Majlis Undangan Negeri, they take away the Undangan because they emphasize on adat. They want the king to make the law instead of the council. Our adat is the king make the law, not the council. Okay? The king will prefer us to go back to kingdom. But they also understand that once people get freedom, it is very hard to take back. It is very hard to take back. But we can take back through education. Through education. Okay? Through education. So as you can see from this, NNS got no king. NNMB and NNMTB is 9 Malay. 9 Malay king. 4 plus 5 equals to 9. Okay? Then 1948 is 9 plus 2. 9 Malay king plus 2 NNS. They built this up, Persekutuan Tanah Melayu, 1948. 1957, we formed PTM. Our constitution is created by Suruhan Jahrid. Suruhan Jahrid means a group of people help us to make constitution. Okay, make constitution called Suruhan Jahrid. Then this is the 5 important points. You put a star, important. Suruhan Jahrid is a commissioner, project based. Suruhan Jahrid is formed, this commissioner is formed to help us create the constitution. Once the constitution created, you dissolve, you disband. Now no more Suruhanjari. No more already. Already disband. So when Suruhanjari make lembagaan for us, this is the 5 things that they emphasize. Number 1, we are a federation, but we are very scared. Malaysian, because we are very scared, we are traditional. Traditional means kuasa tengah. That's why we say we want to make sure that our federal government is a strong government. Last time they used the word kuat. Last time they used the word kuat. Kerajaan Persekutuan yang kuat. So we are very worried that it is not strong enough. Our federal government is not strong enough, and Malaysia will dissolve. Will berpecah. So that's why we tell Reed, we must make sure that the country created with a strong central government. A strong central government. Number 2, protect the king. Number 3, Malay special rights. Malay special rights. Because when Malay is special, so as the Malay king is special. So this is to protect the Malay king. Then Malay king don't like parliament. That's why parliament is divided into 2 halls. Divided into 2 halls. You want to strengthen parliament, you unite them. You want to weaken parliament, you divide them. So parliament is divided. Divided into 2 halls. So Dewan Rakyat is pilihan raya lo. Dewan Negara is elected by Agung. Is elected by Agung. So parliament got 3 component. Agung, Dewan Negara, Dewan Rakyat. We Rakyat control 1/3. 1/3. The king control 2/3. The king control 2/3. The only modern characteristics in these 5 terms, tema is terma. Terma in English is called terms. Okay. So the 5 terms. The only terms that is modern is everybody get blue IC. Everybody get blue IC. Okay. So this one you can, if you haven't write, you can screenshot. When is the Dewan Rakyat and Dewan Negara used? After 1957. After we merdeka, we use until today. We use until today. You can discuss your parents, and a lot of parents, they think that Dewan Negara is a piece of useless trash. Because whatever Dewan Rakyat pass, Dewan Negara will pass. They say, Dewan Negara gaji buta. We pay them, no. We pay them the 20,000 or 30,000 salary per month. No. You add all the allowance in, it's at 40 to 50,000 per person. No. Dewan Negara, there is 69. 69 senator. 69 senator. So 69 senator times 50,000 each. That is monthly, monthly. So a lot of people, they don't like Dewan Negara. And they say gaji buta, because Dewan Negara is to protect the king. If Dewan Rakyat pass those law which is gugubat, which is against the king, Dewan Negara will block it. Not Agung will block. Not Agung will block, but Dewan Negara will block. But of course, it haven't happened yet lah. It haven't happened. So it's like my house got fire extinguisher, haven't used. It's standby. Okay. So this one is the Chiri traditional. So Malaysia got 4 characteristics of traditional. Traditional means the king. So here they tell you the king. Sultan have the full power, kuasa penuh, very close to absolute power in their own state. So Agung have the power. Agung is the highest commander, the highest leader in the country. But Agung can be butchered by the King's Council. The 9 Malay king can fire Agung. Majelis Raja is the most powerful, not Agong. Agong is just a symbolic. So Agong is the pemerintah tertinggi negara. So I have the power to forgive. Maampun means forgive. Royal pardon means the king have the power to release all prisoner. Exactly what happened in Thailand. 1989, Thai king birthday. Thai king excited. Thai king announced, release all prisoner. All prisoner in Thailand. His action caused AIDS pandemic. AIDS pandemic. Okay, if you're interested to know, you research more. Okay, AIDS pandemic. WHO, World Health Organization, went to Thailand to solve the AIDS pandemic in Thailand. Okay, so kuasa maampun dan menangguhkan hukuman mahkamah. But our king will not do that. No need to worry. I already say absolute power corrupts. Malaysia, we don't have absolute power because the 9 king, not 1 king. So the king have the power to elect the Jawatan Utama Negara, which include Prime Minister. So Anwar Ibrahim will be the first Prime Minister elected by Agong. Not elected by the people, but elected by the Agong. That's why it's called Perpaduan, Kerajaan Perpaduan. Kerajaan Perpaduan. So Raja will be the Ketua Negeri. Ketua Negeri. So kuasa eksekutif dilaksanakan melalui nasihat Majlis Negeri. Still the same, state level, the king will choose the Menteri Besar. And the king have power to give anugerah, title. Anugerah kepada individu terpilih. So Islam will be fully controlled by Malay king. Fully controlled by Malay king. Those states that don't have Malay king, like Penang, Malacca, Sabah, Sarawak, Wilayah Persekutuan will be controlled by Agong. Who is Agong? 1 out of the 9 Malay king. So Malaysia, Islam will be fully controlled by Malay king. This is a very important characteristics in Malaysia, very important. Okay, because I tell you, Islamic teachers have the power to influence students to become jihadis. Jihadis, also known as terrorists, extremists. They were willing to die for Islam. They were willing to die for Islam. Like recently, there is a JI, Jamaah Islamiyah. One member actually go and slash the police. Slash and kill 2 police. Slash and kill 2 police and injured 1 police. Why slash? They didn't disclose. They didn't disclose. But trust me, in this event, they will take action. They will take action against those religion teacher that don't follow instruction. When the king asks you to shut up, you shut up. You don't shut up, you will. Okay, for those students that are interested to know more, you can go find Pastor Cole. Go Google Pastor Cole adoption. Go watch the video. Then you will understand that regardless of any religion in Malaysia, you must follow whatever the king say. Okay, Pastor Cole is a Christian pastor. He convert Muslim. He convert Muslim into Christian. Of course, his family and deny and say no it didn't happen. That's why he got adopted. Then the family go to US, ask US government to help. US government, demand Malaysia to explain where is Pastor Cole. Malaysia reply silence is golden. You have the rights to ask. I have the rights not to answer. You want to sanction me? Please go ahead. You know what I mean? That is called sovereignty. What is sovereignty? Super anus. What is super anus? Super asshole. Yeah. We will have our own 100% freedom and rights to decide whatever we do in the country. So basically, this is the reason why you must support the king. Because like Afghanistan, they bodo, they go and they got influenced by democracy. Then they destroy their king. They destroy their king, no. They dethrone their king. Then now Afghanistan take over what? Afghanistan is taken over by Taliban. So what is Taliban? Guru Agama. Don't forget, no. Do not forget. Islam is started by Guru Agama. Guru Agama, which is Nabi Muhammad. Nabi Muhammad, also known as Prophet Muhammad. What is prophet? People who can tell prophecy. Prophecy, what is prophecy? What will happen in the future? Prophecy. Also known as teacher. Before you do, you already know the consequences. So got student ask what is sanction. Sanction means economy sanction. Like example now, the trade war between China and US. US don't buy China product. Don't let the high technology company to trade with China. Those are called sanction. Sanction means trade war. US can do the same thing against Malaysia. Yeah, something like boycott, correct. Something like boycott. They don't call boycott, they call national level, they call it embargo. The complete boycott is called embargo. Embargo means they totally don't buy from us. It's just one level before war. Embargo. Embargo is this word called embargo. Okay. So next is BM. BM is our Bahasa Rasmi Negara and Malay special rights. Okay, this one very important. You must understand why Malay enjoys special rights. It is because the non-Malay get citizenship. The non-Malay get citizenship. Malay get special rights. That is the deal. When non-Malay demand for equal rights, that's when Malay will demand, take back the citizenship. You give back the citizenship because it is a trade-off. When this thing will last forever. Forever. As long as non-Malay, they are citizen, Malay will enjoy special rights. Malay and Bumi Putra will enjoy special rights. Because you see, Kewarganegaraan sama for everyone that is called modern, Chi modern. Everybody get blue IC. That is something modern. So before British, before Merdeka, sebelum Merdeka, there's no such thing as one citizenship for all. So for Malay state, the 9 Malay state, Perlis, Kedah, Kelantan, Terengganu, Johor, Perak, Selangor, Pahang, Negeri Sembilan, the 9 Malay state, only Rakyat Raja will get citizenship. The non-Malay, they are considered pendatang. They are considered pendatang. They are not considered as Rakyat. It's called Rakyat Raja. Rakyat Raja means the people who bound to the king. So Orang Asli and Orang Melayu bound to the king. That's why they get the citizenship. Indian and Chinese, basically they are pendatang. They are foreign worker. So they don't enjoy as citizen. So 9 Malay state. NNS is different. NNS, the Chinese and Indian born there. As long as you born there, you are citizen. So it is kind of like very difficult for Malacca, Singapore, and Penang people to understand why there is Malay special rights. Because for them, they born, they already get citizenship. So they don't understand. They do not understand. What does it mean by exchange? They don't understand. The first state that understand is Malacca. MCA. MCA is the first that understand the exchange. And then now is the DAP. Penang Chinese understand what is exchange. Singapore and don't get the chance to understand because already kena kick out. we kick Lee Kuan Yew out. We kick Singapore out. Okay, because Singapore pushed the idea called Malaysian Malaysia. Malaysian Malaysia, which is against our custom, which is against the king. Okay, Malaysia is not belongs to the people. Malaysia belongs to the king. You don't believe what I say? You take out your money. Who is that fella? Who is that fella on the money? Who? President or the king? If the answer king, we are kingdom. Period. Okay, you take out the Singapore dollar. Who is on the paper? Who is on the money? Who? Who? Is that fella a king? No, ma. That fella is a president. What is president? Elected by the people. What is the king? Descendant, warisan. Yeah. Cannot. So you must be very clear. Malay special rights. So Agong will protect Malay special rights. Okay. And then Chi modern, we are 14 state combined. 14 state combined. Persekutuan is 14 state combined. And we let each separate state have their own power. Remember, modern means distribute power. Traditional means centralized power. Take back the power. Take back the power. That one is traditional. Okay, traditional. Then this one is distribute power. So federation distribute power to 14 states. State government have their own power. Sabah Sarawak have autonomy. What is autonomy? Autonomy means the power to make own decision. Such as like immigration. 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 Okay. Passport. They can decide whether let you in or not. The state government have the power to decide. When you fly to Sabah, you fly to Sarawak, you will chuchuk your my card. If the screen is green, good, you can enter. If the screen is red, sorry, you cannot enter. Sabah and Sarawak government have the power to make such decision. So when we give Sabah Sarawak this autonomy, is considered modern. Like your daddy, mommy let you choose your husband, let you choose your own wife, that is called modern. If you tell your friends that your daddy is going to choose wife or husband for you when you're 18, that is traditional. It's called arranged marriage. Centralized is traditional. Decentralized is modern. So democracy by parliament is election. So SPR, Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya, make sure fair election. Fair election. Let the people choose the wakil pemimpin to tubuhkan kerajaan. You let people choose, that is modern. What is modern? Modern is also equality. Everybody get kewarganegaraan sama. Kewarganegaraan sama. Equality. So what is she modern? Decentralisasi. Means distribute the power. What is modern? Equality. Called persamaan. Okay. So Chi traditional will be centralisasi. And inequality. Can you see inequality? Can you see? Malay special rights, inequality. Okay, inequality. So Malaysia got 4 above everything. The king, Islam, BM, kedudukan istimewa. This is called the issue sensitive. You cannot discuss openly in the public. You cannot criticize this 4. You cannot criticize these 4 items in the public, or else you will have trouble. Of course, they will have a warning first lah. They'll warn you first before they take action. Then this one is pindaan. Pindaan means you can write that amendments. Means they change up modification. So 1963, 1965. 1965 is very simple. We kick Singapore out. We cancel anything related to Singapore. Semua perkara berkaitan Singapore dimansuhkan. That is 1965. The hard to understand one is 1963. 1963 is we form Malaysia. We form Malaysia. So when we form Malaysia, we create Mahkamah Atasan. So number one, we created the federal court. That is number one. Number two, we have Mahkamah Atasan, also called Mahkamah Tinggi. Mahkamah Tinggi, Tanah Melayu. And then we combine Sabah and Sarawak. We combine Sabah and Sarawak. Why we combine their court? Because we cannot allow Sabah to have their own court. Because Sabah people, they are modern. Sabah people, they are modern. We scared later Sabah will gang up with Singapore, will destabilize whole Malaysia. So we use Borneo. We use Borneo to unify Sarawak and Sabah court. Court system. Cannot. And then we place it in Kuching. Okay. So we combine. And then another high court will be dekat Singapore. Dekat Singapore. So we have Ketua Hakim Borneo diwujudkan. Later we changed the name called Ketua Hakim Sarawak and Sabah. 1994. You help me change. It's not 1944. It's 1994. 1994. We changed the Ketua Hakim Borneo to Ketua Hakim Sarawak and Sabah. Why we don't use the word Borneo? We scared. We scared later Sarawak will hijack Sabah and go Merdeka. We scared. So we divide them. Because we already achieved what we want to achieve. We already achieved what we want to achieve. Number one, Donald Stephen and his team died in the air crash. Okay. So those anti-Tanah Melayu all dead already. And then 1980s, we have the IC, Project IC. So we go to Sabah, we distribute IC to the illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. Then now the illegal immigrants in Sabah, every 3 Sabahan, 1 is illegal immigrant. So basically, Sabah is gone. Sabah is... So that's why we achieve already, then we can... Yeah, this one we no longer use Borneo, this word. Okay, 1994, we change back. Then this one is Yang di-Pertuan Negeri. For those states that don't have king, we create Yang di-Pertuan Negeri, which is elected by Agong. Which is elected by Agong. Like Pulau Pinang, Melaka, Sarawak, and Sabah, they don't have Sultan. So we have Yang di-Pertuan Negeri. Yang di-Pertuan Negeri. But they cannot do whatever they like. They perlu mengikut nasihat Majlis Tertinggi Sarawak dan Kabinet Negeri Sabah. So when you compare this and this, you see the difference. You see the difference. Here you read, Sultan, kuasa eksekutif dilaksanakan melalui nasihat Majlis Negeri. Then this one is different. Yang di-Pertuan Negeri perlu mengikut nasihat Majlis Tertinggi Sarawak dan Kabinet Negeri Sabah. So the non-Sultan they are more restricted. They are more restricted compared to Sultan. Sultan Negeri. Okay. But this is comparison for fun only. Not important. Okay. So settle already. Next, I let you screenshot the answer. This one. So first step, you copy the answer. First step, you copy the answer. This one settled already, so no need. So this part only. This is answer for page 8. You screenshot. For TEC student, this one don't have QR code. So you must screenshot. I scared later you are used to TDC notes already. TDC notes got QR code. So you can screenshot this one. First, you can copy the answer in. Second, you take the paper, cover the answer and reproduce the answer, which is the verbally. So this one you can screenshot. This one is page number 9. Cannot. We are not going to send the answer in GC. But we will have YouTube. This video will be uploaded to YouTube. But if you don't have the answer, you can refer this to this YouTube. But you can screenshot and put in the album. And then you copy the answer, and then you take a paper, cover the answer, then reproduce the answer verbally. And you realize your answer, every time you reproduce your answer, will be shorter and shorter. Will become shorter and shorter. Okay. Yeah, you will get the Q&A question in the Q&A notes Form 4 in intensive class. Intensive class will give you the Q&A notes, the question and answer notes. Okay. We will end the syllabus in September. You get the Q&A Form 4, Form 5 Q&A notes in October and November. Okay. So this one is the next page. Question 4B, can I go back? Question 4B. Wait. Question 4B. One more page, then we'll go to the. Okay, then this part. This is question 9, which is your page number 14. Page number 14. Okay, then this part is the objective. Objective answer, you also can screenshot. So last year, the recent SPM results came out. So 84.6% of TDC students score A- or above. 100% pass. 100% pass. Sejarah got 84.6% of TDC students score A- or above. Out of the 84.6, 65% is A+. A+, then after that 20% is A, 15% is A-. And then maths one is more gay. Maths one is 98%. 梁杰 damn gay. I don't know how he achieved that. 98%. Okay. So you can screenshot this one. Crazy, means TDC all students score A. Score A dekat what we call the maths. So 100% pass. 100% pass. So this one, you can objective, right? The least you do is you copy answer. You copy answer, and then you read the question and answer. Question and answer, you wrap it off, and then you redo the question. Redo the question. It's called the question and answer technique. Question, answer technique. This is the scoring technique. Very simple. I learned only in uni. Uni. I tell you, that fella gay. That fella Form 1 already know. He Form 1 already know this technique. Question, answer. So he don't feel bad at all looking at answer. He don't feel bad at all looking at answer. Question and answer technique. My results no good. My UPSR is only 3A, then my PMR 3A, then my SPM also 3A. Of course, Yutian is straight A in PMR, then straight A in SPM. His UPSR is only 2A, 2 or 3A, but he discovered this study technique, question answer study technique in Form 1. informant. When he look at the answer, he don't feel bad. Because as Asian, right, Asian primary school, they will make you feel bad when you look at answer. When you look at answer, will make you feel bad. Like evil like that, like you committed a sin. So I didn't know one. Only I go uni, only I know this technique. The story is like that. Because my secondary school, my results no good. I'm upset because school, they compare me with Yu Tian ma. Then they say why Yu Tian can so smart and why you so dumb one. Then I asked my eldest brother, which is about 13 years away apart. He's 13 years older than me, elder than me. So that's why when I asked him about the how am I going to improve my results, then my Nicholas actually say, one day you will discover your study technique, and then your results will boom, But the thing is, he don't remember his study technique anymore. The reason is because he already start working. When I am age 14, he's age 26, 27, we already start working already. We are 13 years apart. So I go and ask Yu Tian, then Yu Tian tell me it's like, he don't want to don't want me to live under his shadow. So he believed that every human have unique study technique. So he prefer me to discover my study technique myself instead of copy his technique. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So I'm on my own again. So I didn't able to discover the technique until uni. Uni. And then my uni that time, I already use question answer. Question answer, look at question, look at answer. And then what happened will be Yu Tian do civil engineering. He do civil engineering. He completed civil engineering degree, and then he take ACCA exam, which is I do ACCA one. I do ACCA exam one. So he go and take ACCA exam without going to class. So how he able to achieve that? He used my textbook. He studied my book only, the textbook, the book, which is the in front is question, behind is answer. So I got see he study. Then because that time TDC home tuition, he no longer lock door to study. Only I see he keep flipping the book. Look at the question, then look at the answer, try to make sense. Then when he cannot make sense, he will ask me why the number like that. Then I explain. Then he like, oh, like that. Then he'll go away. So you look at question, look at answer. Then only I realized that my method and his method is same. So it make me like a clown, bro. So got student got conspiracy theory and say maybe Yu Tian don't want you to outperform him. That's why he don't want you to know. No, Yu Tian is not like that. Yu Tian is a very democratic person. He don't use cane on his children. He don't use cane. It's not my way or the highway. He will let you slowly discover. But I tell you, slowly discover this way kuku. I tell you, it's like question and answer. Okay. So for those students that if you want the notes, right? This is the notes like question and answer notes. On the left is the question that will come out in exam. On the right will be the answer. You can find any TEC student. TEC student will have the question and answer notes. For this year, we include in the normal class notes. So November and October, November, we'll revise for Form 4 and Form 5. You'll get the full sets of Q&A notes. Full sets of Q&A notes. So you just need to take a paper, cover the answer, and then verbally. Yu Tian study on the bed. So let me expose him. He study on the bed. He don't study on the table. He don't study sitting near the table. No. He study on the bed. And then he always carry one pen. One pen with no extra paper. He will just like, then after that, he write very little. Very little. Mainly is question and answer. Then after that, make sure that you look at the question, you're able to say out the answer verbally. If you can say out, you can write out. Okay. I tell you, Yu Tian discovered this technique from 1, no. That's why from 2, he become the president of Science Matic. Because with correct study technique, what my eldest brother say is correct. Once you have the correct study technique, right, you can study short time, but your results damn gay. Short time. So the extra time you can use for society, for other stuff. That's why Yu Tian from 2 already got girlfriend. From 2 already become president of Science Matic. And then from 4 become ketua pengawas. Ketua pengawas. Then you know why I'm so pressure. When he's from 4, I'm from 1, no, bro. You know how pressure I am in school. They all call me the shit, no. Your brother is the star. I am the shit. So only I realized when I go uni that time, only I realized this study technique. That's why I know you all will have this. You all say Malaysia school primary school sure you all will. Until today, I still cannot complain. No. You know my class, I show you my normal class, I will show student, this is how I conduct my normal class. So they will copy the answer. So got student will go and complain and say, Yu Hang don't let me try the question. Yu Hang don't let me try the question and keep copy answer. And I don't know, I'm like, don't know what to say. But I also don't blame him. Don't blame those person that complain. Because you can try yourself at any moment. You just need a piece of A4 paper, cover the answer, verbally say out. You cannot say out, then you're dead. You're dead. If you can say out, means you understand and you can reproduce the answer. So remember, as a human on earth, it is very important to reproduce. If you can reproduce, you are a successful living creature. Okay, so our aim is to reproduce. So I want you all to basically live a champion life. Sorry that I only introduce you to this method when you're in Form 5. But I already start introducing this method in Form 1 seminar. I want them to live a life like my brother. Not because I don't enjoy a champion life, then I want everybody suffer a life like me. I don't want. But you have a correct study technique, you will boom, boom, pow. Boom, boom, pow, go up. Okay? So first, you copy the answer first. When you copy answer, do it as short as possible because the answer that I give you is standard answer. Standard answer. This answer is created by my junior. Okay? It is a reference answer. It can be shorter. It can be shorter. Okay? Then you can shorten it. Try to shorten it and then use a piece of paper cover the answer. Then reproduce the answer. Okay? Can So I have IG. I have IG, but I seldom use. Seldom use. The most I use is Facebook. Sorry, a bit old school. Okay. So I will see you next week. See you next time. Then you all study. Anything WhatsApp me. If I didn't reply or WhatsApp, you spam me. 1 dot or 2 dot. Okay, can I see you. Bye bye. You're welcome. My pleasure. Lots of love. Yeah. Welcome. My honor. Bye bye. Bye, Jonathan. Bye, Shenson. Bye, Brandon.